All right, here we go, man. Getting right into this one. Wolf versus Steve. Like you say, approaching is going to be the name of the game. Can Dany get in, or will Riku be able to keep him away, set up, and eventually do Steve things?
Excellent. So here we go. Dany slowly approaching, trying to poke in using that down tilt, but doing a good job so far, just kind of keeping Riku into the air, but more importantly, having good discipline on the blaster.
Absolutely. Here continues to try to approach, try to find his way in. Setting up this barrier here is Riku, but I mean, if you're a Wolf player, I think with a little bit of percent lead against Steve, this is kind of where you want to be. I mean, you do have a chance of Steve to farm, and then here we go. This is the string. This can be deadly. Wolf doesn't have the best recovery in the world. This is not where you want to be, but he does get back to the stage. But going right all the way across the stage to the other side is Riku, taking Dany to the edge.
Yeah, and Riku just continuing these combos right now. Dany's having a real tough time getting back to the ground, but that's part of the game plan against Steve. As Wolf, you're maybe looking for a fastball to get to the ground, and it is up to Riku to continue these strengths. Dany, unfortunately, not able to convert there, but still doing a great job of getting all of these stray hits and being able to just add up to big percentage and keeping it relatively close.
Absolutely. Here is, again, coming in. Minecart gets him back to stage. Even it close here, Dany takes the middle of the stage, has stage control, just throwing out some aerials, hoping something hits, but he gets caught by the minecart, somehow avoids the pickaxe, but is thrown off stage eventually.
Doing a good job just maintaining that off-stage presence. Next blow may do it. Gotta respect the TNT, and currently out of that bad situation, Riku is doing a great job just holding the center stage, forcing Dany to approach, and basically keeping him from second-guessing any of these conversions. But the dash attack connects, and Dany in the driver's seat on game one.
Riku caught sleeping right there, Dux. I'm not sure what he's doing. The wall gets broken down. He continues to farm, and Dany says, "Nuh-uh, son, you can't do that right here. You can't farm in my face. I'm going to take it to you." And he's doing that again right here as he's racked up 50%, continuing to avoid everything that Riku wants to set up, trying to set it towards the ledge here. But the gold pickaxe has just enough to get that stock, and Riku even things up, at least in stocks.
Yeah, 60% on the board for Dany, so this is already looking like a great start to your second stock. I love how he's using these falling aerials, whether it's the fair or the nair, just enough to oppress the blocks to convince Riku you do have some safety where you are for now, and then immediately going for a punish off of any of these whiffed aerials, or even a grab on the side of Riku, but have to avoid the carry and make it back.
No, that was a very deadly situation potentially. That spike can be so bad against Wolf because Wolf cannot come back vertically very well, and you see it right there. That is the problem when you're playing Wolf against Steve right here. Finally getting back towards the center of the stage here, taking stage control and trying to get this stock away from Riku is Dany.
It's just such a precarious situation. You don't want to get carried off the stage by Steve. And like you said, having trouble making it back vertically, especially when Steve can just stuff your approach with a block. We saw he got kind of trapped up under the block, but able to equalize using the up smash. And good job from Dany there, breaking the workbench, forcing Riku to recreate it. He does get the diamond online, but it was an extra input, and just creating that time, giving Dany a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, Dany, though, has tried to keep it towards Riku, but Riku has been managing his resources incredibly well. Had that diamond on deck right when he lost that stock. But here we go, great catch towards the edge back here, trying to guard here, but you can see Dany respecting, playing it safe, knows that you can turn it around, but catches him in a tech chase, gets the down smash and the first stock, or excuse me, the first game here with that last stock. Dany going up 1-0 on Riku.
Good job from Dany right there to close out and capitalize on the down smash. Good use of all of the surroundings, especially paying attention to the block location, because how many times have we seen Steve do a back throw, just dunk into the abyss using the block placement? Having the wherewithal to notice where the block is in terms of your combo game, great job from Dany, but running it back, I don't think you're completely out of the woods yet. Now Riku taking you to town and city.
Yeah, I think this is a lot better for Steve, in my opinion. You've got more room to get away. You've got more room to be able to farm for these resources. And we've seen how deadly Riku can be when he gets the resources, when he can get a string going and get you towards the edge of the stage.
Yeah, and once again, Dany looking for these very good and consistent Wolf combos, down throw, dash attack. We always know that can all pretty much guarantee a solid string for the Wolf. But one bigger thing right now is we see Dany really hasn't changed his game plan. Looking to try and get these stray aerials and just constantly poking away with Blazer. Yes, you're letting Steve farm a few resources, but the bigger resource that Steve can get here is wood. We are playing on an Animal Crossing stage, so mostly you're going to be pulling up the wood here.
Yeah, you are, but he does have the diamond that he's waiting on. Side B aggressively here, back towards the ledge, but again, looking to edge guard, not get off the stage is Dany. That's smart as a wolf. You don't want to be in the air against the Steve. You want to just continue to try to fight towards the edge. You're going to get the back throw here. Takes that stage control, looks for the blaster, and thought he might have that forward smash, or excuse me, forward air, but he doesn't quite have it here. And now in a precarious position is Dany.
In a precarious position, able to get the reversal onto the side of the stage, and right now, it almost looks like Dany doesn't have any fear of the minecart right now, just basically playing with fire around this minecart.
Absolutely he is. This is dangerous though. Diamond on deck. Gets towards the edge, sets up some walls, and he's not even looking to press his advantages, Riku. He says, let me farm, baby, and when you don't, I'm coming at you with the minecart, getting the stock, but the smash attack bounces around a few times and takes the stock right back. Dany evens things up.
Dany able to even things up, and right now, even more importantly, able to take away the diamond from Riku. We are so excited. If you are playing at Steve, you are excited to see that the resource is gone. Yes, it may be a matter of time until Steve eventually gets another diamond, but not having to worry about that frame advantage and other points of the diamond interaction are always positive for Dany, but hadn't even considered the anvil yet at this point because we hadn't seen it so far throughout the course of this match.
No, we haven't seen him use it, but I think that's a testament to how Dany has been dodging everything here, using his mobility to get in and out, jumping over that grab to come in and get a grab of his own, trying to control the stage here against Riku, who does get the interaction that he wants, but Dany has enough frame data to get the trade-off in the air there.
Good job taking down the workbench right now. Dany is currently smothering Riku in terms of advantage. It has to be the only way to get your advantage going as well. And the back air connects, clearing out that stock. Dany is in a great position right now, but cannot get off stage. We've already saw what happens game one. You have to play heads up from here.
Yeah, and I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dany right now, which is he's knowing the Steve matchup. And every time we see Riku go into a minecart, we're seeing the habit of him jumping out of it when he gets close to Dany. And Dany, 3 times in a row, has punished him on that. He's like, you know what? I know that's coming. I know I can beat it out. And he's gotten a stock out of it already.
Yeah, doing a really good job of capitalizing on even the smallest margin of error against Steve. But right now, Riku is in a similar position where we're getting more and more iron. I almost wish Riku just slowed down a little bit. It feels like we're trying to kind of play this brawling game against Dany. And as Steve, you do have ways to win it, but without this much, without any resources, there's not really a clean way to do it. And the dash attack almost does it.
Dash attack almost does it right here. Dany, I think that he's playing this in the exact way that you need to, which is, you know, we talk about the frame data, we talk about the specifics of the matchup, but Dany is doing his best to not give Riku any chance to reset, to get his mind right or feel anything. He's making him play with pressure, making him play a little bit on tilt right now, and it's working out for him as he comes down, gets the stage back right here. Can he find the conversion that he needs to take a 2-0 lead? And he does. The back air connects, and Dany is up 2-0 on Riku.
Good job so far from Dany. A really strong lead right now on Riku. So it doesn't look like the Town and City was able to do anything to assist Riku right now, and making it even tighter, going to Smashville.
Yeah, he is doing a Smashville here. Well, I think what happened was he thought that he could use the extra stage of length to get out of jail, to get free, to get some resources, but he discovered that Dany's platform play and extending the combos and using them as an extension of his aerial game really hurt him right there. So he says, you know what, I'm going to take that away as best I can without going to like Final Destination and get you just one platform in the middle. But again, we see him catching out Riku every time he gets in that minecart. It seems like Dany is punishing him.
Yeah, and not just punishing out of the minecart, but basically continuing to carry the wolf off stage. Once we know that Dany is off stage in any capacity, we've seen that Riku has a great way to punish him by dropping the blocks just below the stage, but so far it doesn't seem like there's been any room to get that type of setup right now, with Dany going to higher and higher percents.
Absolutely. Riku, though, finally finding some footing here, getting a little bit of an advantage, tries to use the platform to cancel him out and get a little bit extra damage onto Dany. But Dany continuing to come in, continue to pressure the shield. He says, I don't care that I have 140%. I have to take the fight to you as a wolf.
Yeah, not just having to take the fight to him, but now barely making it back to the stage. Good way to connect back, and Dany slowly trying to equalize these percentages. 165, anything can convert here off the Steve. and Dany looking to abuse that rage. We've seen the success he's had with the back airs here, and he's doing a wonderful job spacing around Steve's options.
Absolutely. If I'm Riku, though, you got to stop hitting side B, man. That minecart is getting punished every time he pulls it out. Dany is taking advantage of that. You got to. I know it's an option that Steve's love. It feels safe against most characters. You get to convert a lot of distance, but it's not working out here. And Dany is staying alive, and now he's got the stage. What can he do with it? Reflects the minecart, comes back in, tries to avoid this grab, but he's not finding anything until he gets the dash attack, and right back at it is Dany here.
Dany is just on a rampage right now. He finally found his footing and is able to just rack up so much percentage. This is the danger of playing against a Wolf who's that patient. Dany is doing a good job of waiting for the option, like you said, punishing the minecart, waiting for the one misplay, able to get the back throw and clean up the stock. Dany looking to close out 3-0.
Not this time, though.
Yeah, not this time.
Spawn into crafting table and to get a diamond, and that's the stock. But you got to give Dany a lot of credit for how well he stayed alive on that high percentage. I am really impressed at how well he knows the Steve matchup. It seems like he has a little bit better feel on this matchup than Riku does, and you're seeing that right now as, again, continuing to extend this advantage, continuing to stay near the edge of the stage. But can Riku bring it back the other way, trying to get Wolf all the way across the stage, but that fast faller in Wolf helping him out there, helping him get to the ground and get that shield up.
Dany doing a really good job of harassing Riku right now, knocks him out of the minecart and is able to just keep the pressure on. It doesn't matter right now that these diamond hits are connecting. Dany is dominating the stage right now and forcing Riku into a position where he can't react.
Absolutely, as here we get towards the edge. Great recovery there from Dany, catching them out. This time the minecart works. The diamond is on deck for Riku. Can he get a conversion? He does refresh his diamond, but he doesn't do too much with it. Under the platform is Dany. He's waiting on Riku, who farms up. He does get an attack back. He gets the diamond that he's looking for, and he's looking to pressure the shield here, looking for the conversion. A trade goes the way of Wolf. You can't trade with this character, and now Dany puts Riku on his tournament stock.
On the tournament stock, and more importantly, Dany playing so consistently to this win condition, has not altered the game plan yet, spacing out around these blocks, using the falling aerials to just get good and consistent pressure. Dany is on a roll right now and really has this game plan on lock.
Yes, he does. You can see how comfortable he is in this. That TNT could be deadly, but instead he avoids it here as he gets to the edge. Starts a combo going of his own, decides to back off of it, and again, just take stage control here. We've seen Dany be comfortable with these high percentage, play with this rage on Wolf, but he does get caught in the minecart here, and it is going to lead to a stock, and Riku fighting for his life. He gets ran up, he gets grabbed, but Dany can't convert off of it just yet.
And the one time he finally did get hit by the minecart, it did ultimately lead to a stock, but Dany, we've seen him in this position before where the percents are even. All it takes is one good connecting hit from Dany to constantly rack up 40% or even higher. And especially when you're against Wolf at these higher percentages, it feels like you're racing against the clock.
It absolutely does here. Here comes Dany coming in, doing his best. Patches O'Houlihan trying to dodge, dip, dive, duck, and dodge away from these attacks, but the smash attack gets the stock, and Riku stays alive here. What a conversion for him. Had an advantage very early there in that game, but Dany brings it all the way back, but a great adaptation from Riku to be able to get the smash attack and get that game.
Dany did a really good job bringing the game all the way there, but Riku clutching up and getting that diamond F smash. It is a two-way street. We were talking about how at any higher percentages, once you're like going a little bit north of that 90 range, Wolf becomes that much more intimidating. It goes just as doubly for Steve when he has that diamond sword on the play.
Absolutely here. When that diamond sword is online, it becomes just a completely different character with so much more kill pressure here as we're getting into Town and City yet again. You can see that actually, you know what, Dany liked this stage. You know, it was a counter pick for Riku in the first one, and now it's a counter pick for Dany.
Yeah, I think Dany must have found something that he enjoyed on Town and City. We know that Steve does have a different way to farm his resources on these stages. Funny enough, he uses the axe on this stage instead of the pickaxe to get all of his resources, funnily enough, wrenching into the wood. But Dany is just doing such a good job of stuffing out any of these approaches.
Oh, Lord.
To get a conversion using the back air. Dany really starting off dominant on this game 4.
Yeah, and I think Dany might have been playing some mind games here. You know, Riku may not know exactly what Dany likes, and it seems like he's really comfortable here on Town and City, has the conversions, but Riku showing some conversions of his own all the way across the stage and back. Goes Dany from the combo and setting up a wall as best he can, but Riku running a little low on resources.
What a tech from Dany coming in. Was able to survive the bounce, techs on the block, and stays on the stage. Riku is trying to get any of these advantages right now, just staying in the corner, but takes a back air. Dany, 3 stocks to 1, really trying to show that this is his stage.
And doing a really good job of conditioning there is Dany. He empty ops had him several times, staying away from him, anticipating, saying, like, I know you're going to come at me, I know you're going to come at me. And then eventually, on about the 3rd or 4th time that he goes in, he goes for the full back air and he gets the kill towards the edge there. And now with a 2-stock lead and a great chance to move on to top 8 is Dany.
Has a great chance to not just move into top 8, but in a solid fashion, taking out Steve. 1 stock gone. Riku still fighting for their tournament life. No diamond on deck yet, though, so definitely a precarious place to be in for Riku.
It is, but here we go. Just these stray hits coming out from Dany, getting a couple of conversions here, trying to farm. You finally get the diamond here. If you're Riku, that's something you need. You're on your last stock. If you can get the diamond on deck, you might keep it for the rest of the game. Combo, incredibly effective here for Riku, but eventually falling out of it is Dany as he falls into the minecart and continues to rack up percent here.
Found a good opening to create the diamond and start this advantage engine for Steve. A good use of the down smash there on the ledge, and Riku clawing back from that 3-1 deficit. Riku has a good way to open back this lead back up. They know that the pickaxe is pretty healthy, and the axe is the only way that we're farming resources. Dany has to be respectful of the options Steve can select right now.
Absolutely. Like we said, the diamond on deck is going to be huge here, but Riku keeping his calm, keeping his composure, doing the best he can. Here comes a string. Here comes a chance. Wolf off stage. Can he be gimped? It doesn't find the tech against the stage, and out of nowhere, Riku down 2 stocks, brings it to game 5. Great composure from this young man right now.
Riku is playing out of their mind to bring this back. This is your chance. You've brought it back to game 5. Where are we going? Are we running back to town? Dany starting so strong on town and city, but eventually succumbing to the diamond combos. Now it all rides. Your tournament life for both of these players lies in this game.
A top 8 cut on the line here for these 2 players here from this region, trying to find a way to represent themselves to show that they are a threat here at a regional and national level to move on. We're going to have Wolf, we're going to have Steve, we're not going to have any kind of mix-up as we go into the last one, and you love to see the handshake as they know this is going to be the ultimate battle between them. There is nothing else. You got to leave it all on the table here.
Here we go, game 5, town and city, a familiar setting. Dany and Riku, winner goes to top 8.
If Riku wins this one, he will complete the reverse sweep here. Will be the reverse 3-0 as he comes taking center stage, setting up some of these blocks to try to keep Dany away. Dany has been aggressive all set and it's worked out for him, but Riku turning that aggression on its head so far in this one.
Riku almost finally fighting back against Dany as he's trying to get these blocks and break them down. Before we'd seen Riku being a little bit more passive and willing to farm, but finally adjusting and starting to swing at Dany when they hit these blocks down.
Absolutely. Here's, again, retreating to the side of the stage. The minecart this time gets some value out of it. We've seen him use that less and less as the games have gone on, working out better for him. Back air here, continues to farm some resources. Dany looking for a chance. The all-out aggression had worked so well for him in games 1 and 2, and it's not been found here in this final game.
Yeah, it hasn't really been able to click just yet. Dany really kind of uncharacteristically getting bullied a little bit right now. Able to reflect that minecart. We've been talking about how consistent he's been at punishing the minecart, but right now, Dany looking a little bit aimless, and Riku in such a commanding position to set up the diamond kill pressure.
But we have seen how well Dany has played with Rage, and he has played from behind in this set. Can he find the hits that he needs? He doesn't. Instead, Riku taking center stage, getting the resources, and this is a deadly spot to be in as Steve. Run up grab, though. Edge guard situation here for Dany. He's looking for the back air at the ledge. Can't quite find it. Eventually does. It is just enough with the Rage to take the first stock, and a little bit of a pop-off there from Dany.
Dany is doing so well with these back air consistent conversion. That Wolf back air is so hard to survive against, but Riku just as swiftly equalizes using the up smash, getting a lot of resources to try and keep Dany on pressure. The throw connections are going, and oh boy, here we go. We've seen this one before.
We have, this time doesn't get the spike hitbox on it, and it's turned around on his head. Dany here at the ledge, he gets a grab. He's been doing a really good job of conditioning that shield coming out here from Riku and punishing him with it as he gets towards the center of the stage. Looking to take the fight here in towards the Steve, reflects the minecart, but again, resource farming for Riku.
Riku is still so good in terms of resources. Look how much iron they have, and Dany is in the blender against this Steve, constantly being thrown around to different sides of the stage and feeling like we can't get a solid footing at all.
Not at all here, but a stream coming out here from Dany. Again, at high percentages where he's been the most deadly, but the patience for Riku, he waits on the air dodge, doesn't quite get the stock though.
Dany, great conversion there from the soft nair into the dash attack. This is exactly where Wolf's making a ton of money. A great tech coming out from Riku and able to clutch up against Dany. 2 stocks for Riku at high percentage. Anyone's game still at this point, Show.
Right, Riku has one objective, I think, here on this last stock, and he doesn't quite get it. Or the second to last stock, he really needed to farm up to see if he could get to another diamond. He doesn't. He does have the gold on deck, though. He's going to have to create some space, I think, as Dany gets the grab, gets the up air, trying to continue this combo string out, and even this game and this percentage a little bit more up.
The up smash just there, clanking with the Steve up tilt. This is a huge position for Dany to try and capitalize. We've seen him take one hit and convert it into 30 or 40%, but you have to get out of the corner against this Steve. Riku is doing such a good job at applying constant pressure.
Yeah, Dany, though, he has had a habit here. He's been jumping a little bit early out of these combos. You got to be careful with that. Riku might take advantage of that at some point as he continues to search, but he can't find his diamond just yet.
And not only can he not find the diamond, but he's having trouble building the wall. Finally using the iron to build up this wall. Dany breaks it down with the back air. But the one false hit leads to a parry and almost a small forward smash conversion. Both of these players are just dancing around each other, praying for their one option to connect to get this killing blow.
Oh, great chance here from Riku as he takes center stage, sets up the TNT, tries to get the explosion. It doesn't happen, though. Falling there into dash attack from Dany. Reflector gets Riku towards the edge of the stage. Empty hop right there, gets a conversion out, and we're basically kill percent for either of these characters. Who is going to take it? Will it be the reverse sweep, or will Dany have it? The aerial comes out. He doesn't need diamond. He can do it with gold, and Riku completes the reverse sweep to make top 8, the last Steve alive in the bracket.
Well, phenomenal reverse 3-0 from Riku. What great gameplay from Dany. I am so proud of both of these players. They played their hearts out there. If you had any questions about how to play Wolf into Steve, look no further. I know it didn't go exactly Dany's way, but that game came down to the razor's edge, Show.
It absolutely did, but what I loved right there, we talked about it. Dany had a great feel for that matchup from the beginning, and you could see that Riku was lost in games 1 and 2. But he didn't let himself get tilted. He didn't let himself get out of his comfort zone. He settled down. He came back down 3 stocks to 1. You will remember there, and I think game 3 it was, to win that one. And then he just finally started making adaptations. He was getting punished in the minecart, so he starts jumping out earlier, or he starts staying in it. He stopped getting punished in the minecart, and Riku, with those